Paul Kuzno from Sound of Prana for Breakthrough Your Fears Day 13. The first thing is you might be wondering, why am I wearing this on my head? This is kind of weird, Paul. I know. I'm not entirely sure. I know I am doing some laundry and I just kind of like picked up some random clothes that I would be putting on while I was producing the video and gonna be eating my breakfast. And then I saw this kind of like cool wicked hat and I thought, hey, why not? So I think this is a testament to how much the progress has been happening in overcoming fears. And this is what I invite you as well to do with your own life, is to slowly overcome your fears and then start having some fun. Make it cool and interesting. But today what I want to talk to you about is accountability. So you may have noticed that sometimes you have an objective and you're not progressing at the rate that you want. You're just not meeting those targets. You may have done only one attempt, maybe several attempts. And one of the factors that contributes to your success or your failure is holding yourself accountable for that. And what I mean by that is taking responsibility and ownership for your actions. So I had a dream last night, and I get a lot of insights during my dreams. And in it, I was renting this video game, and then I was playing, and I was saving my game, and everything was going on, and it was fun. And I mean, honestly, I haven't played a video games in probably 8 years, but I used to be a really big gamer. Well, okay, let's make it honest, probably 4 to 5 years. And then there was two people in the dream, and they removed the cartridge while I was playing. And then we tried loading it again, and the save file was corrupt. And then I was telling them, I believe that, the file got corrupt because either one of you removed the cartridge. And they got both so defensive, saying it had nothing to do with them, and they didn't do any of that. And then they started getting angry at me, and then I started to get angry at them for getting angry at me for telling them that the cartridge probably got corrupted by them. But what does that have to do with accountability? Well, I believe that dreams show you different perspective of yourself. And for me, those two people represented the perspective where when I do an action and it doesn't give the intended results, which meant in this instance, corrupting the data, I sometimes have a tendency or a reflex to say, I didn't do that. That had nothing to do with it. Although I did remove the cartridge, I'm not the one that corrupted it. That's not my thing. And what that does is it creates blind spots. So in my life, if I'm not holding myself accountable and I'm not honest with myself, then I create and I fabricate these stories. And because I didn't take ownership for what I did, in the future, I don't have an incentive to do things differently because nothing really went wrong as a result of my action. At least that's my story. But if I start being accountable, and in the dream instance, it might mean next time not removing the cartridge while someone is actively playing and saving. And if I knew that that would most likely corrupt the data, then I probably wouldn't do it. And the only way that I would be able to learn that is if I accepted that most likely my actions had that impact. So if you are having challenges in succeeding, you might want to review your actions and see, is there anything that I'm doing that may be detrimental to my objectives? And be real honest with yourself. And this is where journaling becomes a great tool, or having someone that you can talk with, someone else that gives you an independent opinion. And as long as you're open and it's done in a caring setting, meaning that it's not meant to do accusations, it will help bring you awareness to your actions and to those barriers that you're putting in your own way. And once you become aware of it, that's when you can start taking actions. You can start integrating that knowledge to make differences. And this is what Sound of Prana is all about. So if you feel like there's something that you've been wanting to achieve, a small or a big project, or maybe there's something about your life, or there's something you want to offer to the community, it might be something at work, any kind of projects that you feel that for whatever reason you haven't been able to make progress and you're not sure why, well, get in touch and we'll take a look at what has been getting in your way, so that once it's in your awareness, there's actions that can be done and behaviors can be changed and the belief system and the stories can be improved so that you become strengthened and that you can manifest that achievement that you've been wanting to do. Paul Kuzno from Sound of Prana.